Drew and Stu are on the air.
Ready? Right.
Whether you're fading with Drew or riding with Cam, this is the place to get your weekly NFL picks. Presented by Sports Interaction, Canada's sportsbook.
Everything you got, let's go.
Hello and welcome to the Super Bowl 57 Prop Show. I'm Drew Livingstone. That's Cam Stewart. This is the Drew and Stu podcast brought to you by Sports Interaction, Canada's sportsbook. 19 plus. Please play responsibly, Cam. If you're going to bet on the big game, make sure you bet at Sports Interaction. And surprisingly, this year, the coin toss, usually minus 110 both sides. This year, plus 100 on each end. So you'd like to give a little shout out, you said.
Yeah, it's our boy. Shout out to our boy Phil from Sports Interaction. He's a lot of fun. He was in London last week crushing pints at the Tottenham game, and he told me, remember guys, no vig on the coin toss, plus money, like even plus 100 either way, Drew. So you know what? I was on a couple books, and I'll give Phil a lot of credit. I saw 20 cents. You think I'm laying 20 cents on a friggin' coin toss? Like, why don't I just give money to the guy? I'll give money to the kid outside the beer store, please, for his almonds for his hockey team's trip. Like, 20 cents? That's ridiculous. That prop should be at the most 5 cents, in my opinion.
Yeah, minus 105 maximum, because like it's like the most even thing you can like bet on in all of like the history of the world is the coin toss. Like there's
You're already getting taxed on lines, Drew. You don't need tax on a coin flip. It's supposed to be fun, and these props are for people that don't bet, right? They're just at Super Bowl parties or out and whatever, and they're
it's a guy throwing $5 on something or $20 on something, and they're gonna get that money back anyway, even if he wins, because he's gonna go and bet that $40 on something else. So
Phil Gray was smart from Sports Interaction. Now, I think actually moving in the future, Drew, a few props should have no juice. Just gets more people into that stuff. It's a good promotion because this is going to be the most heavily bet event. So you might as well give the people something. We already get taxed to the max.
That's true. Okay, well, I have a list of Super Bowl 57 props here. We already gave our sides on the Tuesday show. I was on the Chiefs. Cam was on the Eagles. Once again, we are split, and we didn't say what Mystery Tiebreaker Man was on, and I think you know, Cam.
Chiefs.
Correct. Mystery Tiebreaker. It was on the Chiefs. I'm sorry. I saw some comments saying like, what the heck? What was Tiebreaker
Where's
on?
Mystery Tiebreaker? Yeah, don't worry, guys. Here's a tip. He'll take the Chiefs every single time. Just remember that for the future.
Usually the favorite, unless it's the Chiefs as an underdog, which
exactly.
I am. I usually bet on the Chiefs as an underdog as well. I can't lie. Patrick Mahomes getting points. It's like, take my money. Probably going to lose it, but that's besides the point. All right, Cam, we will start with the national anthem. Chris Stapleton, country singer, who I know you love, right?
I have no idea. My girlfriend actually likes hip hop and country. I'm more into like 90s indie rock.
Yeah, I
like,
picture you like pulling up the Spotify classic songs playlist. You're not a current music kind of guy.
No. Yeah. Under fossil recordings. Yeah. Living under a rock. Meet Cam Stewart. I know about certain things, but I like what I like, Drew. I'm just my 90s generation. I stick to it. I got to be honest with you, a lot of new music I'm not too impressed with.
No, a lot. The one thing issue I have with new music, we sound like old boomers here, is the lack of live bands playing. It's all done on the computers now. It's all beats and stuff. I like to hear the guitar and the drums and everything in person. You know what I'm saying? Like
Great point, Drew. And when I go to concerts, I make sure of a lot of the bands that I like are actually better like live than they are on their thing, because that's what they're there for. Like, you know what I mean? Like they don't mind if a guitar thing hits the floor, like the microphone kind of slips or whatever. Because when you're live, you're going to have to jump on the fly. A lot of the times during a solo, a guy will break a string or something. That's the thing. You could use modern instruments and technology, but if you see these bands live, a lot of them just suck so hard because they rely on it. They can't sing or can't do anything. They
rely too hard on the backing track or the auto-tune or the beat machine, like you said. I mean, everyone's talented though. All right, let's get to the national anthem, Cam. The over-under on a bunch of sites is 127. I'm seeing 123, seeing 121. I'm seeing as low as 115 total seconds. So we'll go with 121. That's what I have on my sheet, Cam. So 2 minutes and 1 second is the over-under. Last time it went over 2 minutes was Luke Bryan in 2017. Where are you leaning on this national anthem? I know people are going to see the sound check on Saturday, and that's usually when it comes out. And then that's when you rush to the sports book to bet it. But that's a tip. Don't. But Cam, what do you like here? 2 minutes and 1 second over or under?
Got to be honest with you, Drew. So this fossil living under a rock also knows that Brian is a country artist, and we have another country artist, correct? So maybe Twang Machine over here will go a little bit longer on the guitar or hold it on, yeehaw, do something. Anyway, I'm going to go over because it's one of those things. The question, this is a really hard prop because some guys are nervous and they'll roll through it, but they can also extend it too. Or some, once you get the groove or you're feeling very confident, you could just suck up the moment. So I lean over. I've seen this prop 205 before, so 201 is a very good number. I think you're getting, so I'll go over. Not my favorite prop, but I like the over.
Yeah, see, my issue is if he breaks out the guitar, like we've seen people do, then he'll start jamming and he'll take longer. I think this goes over. But if he's just straight singing, I think this goes under, Cam. Like 2 minutes is a long time. We saw Demi Lovato, who's famous for like holding her notes and singing. She did it in 90 seconds. Everyone's like, oh yeah, she's gonna hold it. Yeah. 90 seconds later, she did not hold nothing. So if you see him come out with a guitar, I think you're laughing, but I agree with you. I'm gonna go over because country singers seem to like to stretch things out a little, add their own twang or own swag to the songs. I agree with you.
Extra twang.
Chris Stapleton, extra twang. The thing is too,
that's the funniest thing you mentioned about the last singer, Drew. When she did it, it was actually funny because you don't think you could just make a deal like, hey, I'm going to go faster, I'm going to go slower, I'm going to do it. Anyway, I don't want to get into this stuff. Like if there's 95% action on a stupid prop, just go the other way, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you see like, oh, what color hat is he going to be wearing? I was like, this guy can be telling all his buddies like, hey, I'm going to wear a red baseball cap. I see it's 30-1, bet red. It's going to look ridiculous, but I'm going to wear it just so
I saw another thing too, Drew. It was like really stupid. It was like some of these props. It was like avocados from Mexico minus 300 versus like they had like fruit parlays and stuff. I was like, oh, it's going to parlay avocados from Mexico with Rakuten or something like. Anyway, they got some real stupid stuff out there. Thank God we're getting the American commercial. We get the American feed for the game. I don't have to watch promos for the Good Doctor for the rest of my life.
My favorite bets are like Patrick Mahomes passing yards versus the winner of Pebble Beach or winner of the Waste Management Open's total score, like all his shots combined. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool.
There's actually, I did that thing with Mayo and Pizzola. He had, I think, goals in the Anaheim Duck game that day over punts in the game.
Oh, so more goals than punts.
Yeah. I kind of like that bet actually. Yeah, we'll
talk. I don't know. Anaheim's pretty terrible hockey team, Cam. They might not
give up a lot of goals though, Drew.
Yeah, fair, but it could be 4-0. And yeah, it's true. There may not be a lot of punting. This might be Eagles Patriots 2.0. All right, Cam. Come down to the big whammy here. Heads or tails? I know you said tails never fails, but maybe you're gonna shift this year?
No, that's what I do, Drew. At the, like when I sit down at the blackjack table, same thing, same beer, same vodka drink, same everything. Like I'm a very erratic person in my life, but when I play blackjack and bet coin, I'm always tails. Tails never fails. It's just one of those things I always take, but very streaky. When tails wins, it wins for like 4 or 5 years. And when heads, it's been kind of a heads run, right? So I'm going to say
that's like tails. The roulette wheel telling you what happened before. It absolutely means nothing for the current outcome.
I know, Drew. I know.
I just think, but I agree with you. I'm a tails guy too. And I feel like I lose more coin tosses than I win though. So maybe it's better to go heads. I don't know. But if I'm the visiting team, if I'm the Chiefs in this game, I'm like, tails. Like I'm calling tails 100% of the time.
Yes.
Even if I win or lose. All right. The first offensive play of the game, Cam, will it be a run or a pass?
Pass. I think it's actually going to be a quick little hitch.
Even if it's the Eagles?
Yeah. No, the thing is, actually, we've talked about this, and this is the thing about Super Bowl week. You're on so many different shows with so many, talk about the same damn props all the time. But I think if the Chiefs win the toss, they'll defer. And the Eagles like to get out of the big gate pretty hot. And the one thing I know about the Eagles is, in the first play, I think Hurts will just zip one like in there. If it's completed, great. I think it will be a pass. I've told you about my Mahomes under 9.5 yards completion under, because I think it's going to be a little hitch to Kelsey for like 4 or 5 or McKinnon just to get him fresh and warmed up in the game. But I think the first play of the game will actually be a pass rather than a run.
All right. Well, I'm disagreeing with Cam. I think it's going to be a run because I think the Eagles are going to win the coin toss, get the ball. Like you said, even if the Chiefs win, they'll defer. And I think Jalen Hurts has never, like, this is a huge spot, Cam. Sirianni might be like, you know what? Hand this one off. I get the nerves out of your system. Because, like, if you're dropping back on the first play, Cam, that's some nervous situations that if I've ever seen one. So I'll go run here because I think the Eagles get the ball first. If the Chiefs get the ball first, though, then I think you're right. I think it'll be a quick pass. And maybe the Chiefs don't defer. Maybe they're like, you know what, we're going to go punch you in the mouth to start this game to show you like this is our Super Bowl. But
you know what, Drew? That's a really good point before we move on, because what have the Eagles done to every team in the playoffs? They've won the game early and suffocated with the run. It's what they do. So if you're Kansas City, you can't afford to be going down 14-0 to the Eagles like early, because they know how to run the ball.
They'll take 10 minutes on the clock.
Hurts will start moving his legs. They'll have design runs. Like the Chiefs will be in orbit. So if you're the Kansas City Chiefs, you don't want to get down more than a couple scores in this game, or you're in big trouble.
All right. For everyone playing this prop sheet at home, listen up. Which team will score first, Cam? The Chiefs or the Eagles?
Eagles. I'm going to go with the Eagles. I like them in the game. I also did a prop team to score first wins game plus 180. So we can correlate those together. I think the Eagles are they're fast starters. They're one of these teams that get the ball, they put points on the board a lot of the time. I think they're going to get the ball first, and I actually think they're at least going to get a field goal on their first drive. So give me Philadelphia, Drew.
I did see it's almost 63%. I think it was the stat where if the team that scores first wins the Super Bowl. So yeah, if you want to be that's why I think the Chiefs might want to score, not defer. But anyways, which team will have more penalties against Cam?
Wow, what a question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say the Chiefs have more penalties, but I also made this bet, and a lot of people disagree with me, and I'll give my buddy a guy, I took it from the internet on a sports wagers. It's a free site for picks, and this guy Sherwood, who runs it, he had an amazing breakdown of the Discord, the Twitter, all the other stuff that happened with the penalties in the other games. I actually think the referees, I'm not going to say there's going to be no penalties, but under 10.5 accepted penalties to even money is a really good bet if you can find it on a book, because I'm going to tell you something. I actually think there's only going to be 7 penalties accepted in this game. I think they're going to let them play.
I am seeing that a bunch where people are like, the NFL's scared to make this game or have this game decided by some flags. But at the same time, if there's a blatant penalty, you don't call it. Yeah,
you're right.
I think this could be, this could be holding all day on these offensive lines, and then they're not going to call it. And Mahomes is going to run everywhere.
Accepted penalties, though. Sometimes they don't accept the penalties.
Right. So also, so the bet is accepted penalties, not just flags thrown. Okay.
Correct.
All right. Which team will get to 10 points first? I guess if you think the Eagles are going to win, you're going to pick the Eagles here.
Yeah, this is the horse racing degenerate special, Drew, right? We love it. This is that. Yeah, right out of the gate, race to 10. I love doing it in basketball too. In the NBA, it's a lot of fun. I'll take Eagles. Yeah, I like the Eagles to score first. I think they'll get 10 before the Chiefs get them. Yeah, I think the Eagles are actually going to go to a 10-0 lead. Then the Chiefs will fire back.
I agree with you. I think I like betting the no run in the first inning in baseball games, that they always give that prop. And surprisingly, it loses more than you would think. All right. Rihanna's first song of the halftime show, Cam. Do you want me to list off some options, or do you know this already from all the shows he's been on?
I have no clue. As I told you, Drew, I live under a rock, and the one song that I know is Umbrella. Hey. So what's it?
So that's the fifth favorite. Hang on, let me read the rest. Okay. So you'll know these songs, Cam. Let's give yourself some credit. Okay. So Don't Stop the Music is the favorite at plus 300. Yeah. Diamonds at plus 500.
I like favorite. Diamonds. I like
What's My Name? Plus 500. Okay, let me read them first.
Diamonds. I want diamonds.
Umbrella plus 600. Stay, Lift Me Up, We Found Love plus 700. Run This Town plus 900.
Any mineral is a friend of mine other than zinc and dirt, Drew. Let's go with Diamonds. Every girl's best friend. That's a good pick. A Diamond Super Bowl. You know.
Well, part of me thinks she ends with Diamonds because of that.
Oh,
that could be a good closing song, right?
Okay.
I'm just saying for the viewers out there, I'm going Run This Town because that's like the football song. They used that song with Jay-Z to introduce the Super Bowl before with the Saints and the Colts. So I think we're going to run this town tonight. That song, that it's a good kickoff, upbeat song, and it's plus 900. So I like that bet. I know.
Can I just ride your pick, Drew?
Sure. I mean, but Cam's secret pick is Diamonds. So if Diamonds hits, give Diamonds Cam some credit.
And Umbrella will be played. She's going to do a medley, right? That's what they do. Don't they just bust into a million different songs?
Yeah, but it's whatever she says. It doesn't matter the beat, because I think J-Lo had this issue where she started the song, it sounded like another song was starting, but she didn't sing it. And then she sung a different one. They were like, which song counts? And they're like, no, the one that she sings counts.
Great point, Drew. And by the way, guys, if you're betting these stupid props, these crazy novelty props, check the wording. They're so different. This and this, you got to be careful. There's so many losses. You're like, hey, I didn't really understand it to be that way. So just read the fine print, Drew, kind of like what we don't do when we're signing contracts. You should always read the fine print. Read the fine print.
Exactly. Yeah. Or it's like, do you agree with these terms and conditions?
Yeah. Sure. I'm just like, sure. I didn't even read them.
It's like, oh, surprise. There was some fine print that you owe us $500 at the end of the month. What?
I always say agree. And then I read afterwards, oh, that was pretty stupid. Yeah. I'm riding your wave, Drew. You're more of a pop culture maven than me.
All right. Well, I don't know about that.
I barely tweet.
Fair. Okay. The commercial to play first between, I'm going to give you 3 matchups, Cam, and you're going to pick the winner of each. If you parlay these, some books like parlay, you get plus 500 odds. Okay. So between Doritos and M&M's, which commercial plays first?
Doritos has always been a mainstay of football in general, from college to the NFL.
So has M&M's, I think, recently.
You know what? You're right. M&M's is coming on strong, and I heard that they actually have a new spokesperson, the chick from Saturday Night Live. You know what?
Wait, M&M's spokesperson? M&M's are just it's just the candies.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the human in the commercial with the candy.
There's never
Rudolph chick.
Rudolph.
Yes, there is. There's
What are you
there was
talking about?
What are you talking about? Santa Claus is a real person. He was in the M&M commercial Christmas
That doesn't
campaign.
count.
I'm talking about a human. Whatever. Give me M&Ms if they're the dog. Are they the dog?
No, they're the favorite. Doritos are the dog.
Shit. I'll take M&Ms still.
Okay. I'm gonna agree with you because I think M&Ms are more
Drew,
fun.
when you watch the commercial with M&Ms and you see a human in it, will you say, Cam?
Well, yeah, but I don't know about a spokesperson. Like it's just like random. It's like random civilians walking on the street most times.
They have a sexy lady M&M who's like, hey guys, and there's peanut and then there's chocolate. Like they're cartoon characters. I get it, but there's also humans in the anyway. Like, God, what the hell?
All right. Oh, we'll move on, Cam. Too much time on M&M commercials. All right. Between Bubbly and Pepsi, which one gets commercial first?
I'm gonna go Pepsi. PepsiCo and Pizza Hut, Yum Brands have been a big sponsor of the NFL, but so Bubbly, like Michael Bublé.
Yeah, but they're both minus 120. It's an even.
So is this Canadian commercials or American?
Nope, American.
Oh, they have Bublé in the States?
Yep.
Didn't know.
Well, I don't know if they have the Michael Bublé versions, but I'm sure they do. I mean, he's famous all over North America.
Yeah, actually, they know who Michael Bublé is. This guy's a crooner. Black cherry, but Black cherry, by the way, is the best flavor.
No chance. Peach. I'll go.
What are you, 80? Anyway.
Next. I think Bubbly would be my pick, Cam. I think they're spending a lot of money on this advertising lately. Okay, and then finally between Heineken and Budweiser.
Budweiser. You can't give an international brand in the Super Bowl. Budweiser.
I don't know, Cam. I agree with you because Budweiser's a staple, but like I feel like the last couple of years it's always been like Coors Light or something. But that's our next question, Cam. The first beer commercial to play first. Budweiser's the favorite, then Bud Light, then Stella, then Coors Light, then Michelob Ultra, then Labatt's Blue is 500 to 1.
Labatt's, what are we at, a Buffalo Sabres game? Give me actually as an underdog, Michelob Ultra. A lot of ladies get to watch the game, and healthy men who are not like us, Drew, like people who just don't eat chicken wings. Right. This is their day for gluttony.
And this is the point where they'll be tuning in too.
Yes. I'm going Michelob Ultra. I actually thought about that one.
I'm going to go Bud Light just because it's a staple of the sports. I don't like that Budweiser and Bud Light are different, but I like
either or. I think it's going to be like a low carb brew. You're Bud Light or my Michelob Ultra. Low carb.
Watch, it's going to be the mountains are blue and like the silver bullet or whatever. But I don't think so.
Super Coors, 10%. New invention. Yeah. Just, I don't know.
Disgusting. Okay. Moving on, Cam. After the halftime show.
You didn't drink Maximum Ice when you were younger, Drew, and climb school roofs and do all sorts of fun stuff?
Got the cheapest stuff possible. It was the 4D of Old English, and it was like $7. It's disgusting.
Good for killing brain cells. What's next?
Yeah. Okay. How many songs will be played during the halftime show? Over under 9.5. And if she switches quick with the medley, she's got a lot of hits. Yeah, you're going over. I'm going over as well because I think she goes through a bunch of hits like that. The issue is if she brings guest on stage, which is one of the questions, which I'm not getting to, that'll slow it down because you want to, like, you know what I mean, prop that guest up. But I don't think she does. Okay. Total number of players to attempt a pass. I like this one. Over under 2.5. If you go over, it's plus 400.
I'm going to go over. I think there actually might be a couple tricks. Yeah, maybe we get 3. It's probably going to be 2, Drew. But for the plus money, I'll take a chance. Couple end arounds, some weird stuff.
Well, and it's attempt to pass. Like maybe an end around's going wrong. And like the receiver's like, you know what? I'm just throwing this out of bounds because I'm about to lose 6 yards.
For plus 400, I'll try the over, even though it's a little bit risky.
I feel like the Super Bowl got a lot of trick plays. Like you tell me in the red zone, you can't see Kelsey under center and Mahomes out wide and does a little toss to the other tight end or something. Yeah, I could see that for sure. Okay, I'm going to go over as well, even though like who takes plus $400 as a lock? We didn't say it's a lock, but we both like it. Okay. Now this is the final stuff after the game, Cam. Who will have more passing yards, Jalen Hurts or Patrick Mahomes?
Mahomes.
Yeah. I guess if the Eagles are going to win, you think Chiefs are going to come from behind, so passing a bunch, right?
Yeah. And Mahomes' number, though, I know a lot of people that actually like the under. And if you like it, probably
it's almost 300. That's a lot.
The thing is, I think it'll be probably 301 by game time, right around that number. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, and Jalen Hurts' number is pretty low. It's like 243, I think I see on some books. So
I like his over actually, but I think Mahomes throws for more.
Well, I like Hurts' over on rushing, so I don't really like betting both over passing and rushing, just because I think if he runs for 80, he's not going to be tossing for 260. Okay, who will have the most rushing yards out of Pacheco, McKinnon, Sanders, and Hurts?
Hurts.
You think the QB has the most rushing yards?
What's the number?
It's out of these 4 players who will have the most rushing yards.
I'm gonna
go with a simple prop set.
I'm sticking to Hurts.
I'm gonna go Pacheco. I think
probably Pacheco would be my second choice.
I think
want to be Drew. You see what I'm doing here? Like I'm on the Eagles, so I'm kind
of. I know you're just going Eagles this, Eagles that, Eagles this.
No, though. What one thing I will do with the Chiefs? the winning margin, because I think you think it's going to be a close game. Do you not? What do you think the final score is going to be?
I think, yeah, I'm thinking like 31-20, something like that.
Okay, well,
Is that close?
No, you didn't help my argument. Okay. It was going to be winning margin betting 1-6 of any team. Even if the game goes to overtime, you can only win by 6, and they're both nice plus money. So I like the Eagles to win between 1 and 6. And if the Chiefs wins, I think it's going to be between 1 and 6.
You know what's going to be crazy? If this game goes to overtime,
I know. It's like
with the new OT rules, they kick the extra point. So you're not going to win that 1-6 if they score first.
Yeah, okay.
Well, if it's the first team with possession, though, if it's the other team, then it's a walk-off touchdown.
That's exactly. But here's the thing. Actually, we talked about this on some of our shows, Drew. This Super Bowl actually has like tie overtime potential, I think.
I know. I've been saying that all playoffs, so I thought a bunch of games are going to go to overtime. They just don't.
but now it didn't work. Now maybe you're due. I'm thinking it's going to be a very close game. Like I don't see blowout in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we'll see, Cam. We'll see. Okay, I think either team could blow the other one out, but which probably means it's going to be like 17-14, some crappy Super Bowl like the Giants and Patriots back in 2007. Okay, who will have the most receiving yards out of these 4, Cam? Kelsey, Scantling, Brown, and Smith. No odds, just out of those 4. You think Devonta Smith?
Yeah.
All right, I would go with
Kelsey.
I would go AJ Brown. I think Devonta. He's the deep guy, but I think AJ Brown, like, he hasn't really played well in the first 2 games for the Eagles. I think this is his time to step up. This is why we traded a first-round pick for you. I think this is AJ Brown's show. Okay, which color Gatorade will be poured on the winning coach, Cam?
Okay, well, the one I like, it was basically a blend. It was like
yellow green.
Yeah.
So I got orange plus 350, yellow green. So yellow green's plus 400, blue 400, red pink plus 450, clear/water plus 500, purple plus 750. No Gatorade or water is 10-1. But like, obviously, who would bet that? Like, when have there ever been a Super Bowl without a Gatorade pour?
I don't think so. I think, and when the Chiefs won, it was orange. I remember.
Yeah.
When they beat the Niners, it was fruit, like kind of that orange flavor, not fruit punch. I think Kansas City, if they win, they'd go red. I know this is stupid correlating the winning team with the color, but that's what I'm going to do. So give me lime lemon for the Eagles at 4-1.
Plus 400. So I'm going to disagree with you, Cam. I'm going to go clear/water.
You're betting on the Chiefs. Why would you?
No. I'm going to go clear/water because no matter who wins, listen, I think yellow and green are great flavors. I think blue is a great flavor. I think red's a great flavor. So it's between orange and clear/water for me, because I think the reason you see these colors poured on is because that's the Gatorade the players don't touch, and they always grab the full container, right? So they're not grabbing red because that's the most popular flavor. That's going to be gone, Cam. They're not going to have red to pour on the coach. Blue's going to be gone. They're not going to have blue left to pour on the coach. So give me orange or clear/water, because I think those are the 2 least favorite flavors for the players. I think that's why we saw orange get poured on Andy Reid last time.
Interesting. I'm a big cool blue guy for Gatorade.
Exactly, which means there'd be no cool blue left to pour on the coach if you were playing. You'd be sitting there just chugging the cool blue.
I'm going green yellow just because I'm relating it to colors.
Fair. Okay. Will either team score during the last 2 minutes of the 4th quarter?
Either team?
Yeah.
Yes. I'll say yes.
I guess, yeah. If you think it's going to be close and you think it's going to be, well, then again, if you think it's overtime.
So just one team. I don't have both.
Any team.
Yes.
In the last 2 minutes of the 4th.
Yes.
Okay. Who will win the game? You obviously picked Eagles. I picked the Chiefs.
24-21.
Will the combined total in the game be over or under 50.5?
Under.
I think we both are thinking under.
Everybody I know likes the over too. Like a lot of like
so
really
it's just us,
good guys on our show. Well, no, actually Mayo liked the under when I did his stuff, but all like Gabe and Paul Bovey, like a lot of our like cappers on our other shows, all like the over. Fair. I think actually the teaser middles though. I think there's 45 total points and the total's 51. I think if you can go 58 under with a side and over 44 with a side, I think there'll be 45 points scored in the game.
Definitely possible to go in the middle of that for sure. Yeah, I don't know if I like the teasers in this one, but if I had to tease something, it'll be the total to go over. I agree. Or even under. I think under 58. If you're doing a 7-point teaser, I think that's a pretty safe bet. Okay, the MVP position, will it be QB or other?
QB. I'm going to give it to Hurts.
You think it's going to Hurts? Okay. I think if the Eagles win, it could go somewhere else, like defensively, because like if you stop Mahomes.
Well, if Reddick has like four tackles, a strip sack, a fumble recovery, like one of the defensive guys can get it. Maybe there's a pick, but I just think if Hurts gets, and I love him for anytime touchdown. So You know what it is? If Hurts does anything positive, Drew, that's a little bit like average, they'll give it to him. Like a defensive player will have to do a lot.
Yeah, my thing is there anything against, like, do the voters like, hey, Mahomes already has Super Bowl MVP, let's not give it to him this time? You think that's ever in the back of the voters' minds? I think
they picked the most popular player
just based on that game, eh? Okay.
Yep.
I was worried that they might have, so I'm gonna go. I'm still going other. I think we've seen it in years past, like Cooper Kupp last year. I think if there's a big play, a pick six or like a sack fumble.
Maybe they give it to
sack.
Kelsey if he has a monster game with a couple touchdowns. So
I think if Kelsey gets a couple touchdowns, it's going to go to Mahomes because he's the one that got them there. But you could be right. You could be right. I remember my only MVP bet I've ever hit before the Super Bowl that wasn't a quarterback game was Hines Ward. You'll know that one.
Against the Seahawks on Jerome Bettis Appreciation Day in Detroit. One of the worst days of my life.
Probably the worst Super Bowl I've seen in my life.
I'll never forget when I went to talk to Vince. I'm like, God, there's a Shell station there. I really need money. Anyway, we ended up walking home, but bad thoughts. Lost a lot of money, Drew.
Yeah,
those are tough times. When your team goes to the Super, like you haven't seen it with the Bills. You know, if the Bills go to the Super Bowl, you're going to go like nuts. And the thing is, when it does, and the Seahawks had a touchdown called back. They had Ben Roethlisberger at the 1. He wasn't even in. Like
you don't think he was in, eh? You still to this day don't think he was
whatever.
in?
And the referee apologized, saying it was one of the worst ref games ever. If you see the Sports Illustrated article, it got voted number 3 as bad beats. But anyway, I'm just gonna. Sorry, Steeler fan. I know you guys. Sure, you won the game, but the fact that Seattle didn't even cover the teasers was stupid. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it was a weird football game. It wasn't a good game.
Offensive pass interference on Dale Jackson. Guy did nothing. Guy did nothing. He's just moving. That dude, that was a setup for
the fix was in. The fix was in for sure.
That was poor Mike Holmgren.
Yeah, poor Hasselbeck. All right. Okay, the longest field goal in the game, Cam, over or under 46.5 yards?
Over.
You're going over on everything today. I like it. I do think I'm going under because I think if you're inside the 30, so that's 30-yard line. If you're behind the 30, I think they're going for it unless it's like a 4th and 10. I can see a lot of 4th down plays.
Good point by you. But the one thing is I'm taking over because they also might try like a 56-yard field goal if they don't want to risk it or whatever. Like
before half.
I will say they're good kickers. Elliott and Buck are pretty solid.
Okay, either team to register as safety. This has hit in 2 of the last 5.
I'm going to say no.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think these quarterbacks are both mobile enough for that not to happen. I think if it was a Stafford Burrow thing again, I might have said
Tom
yes.
Brady or something. That would definitely take the yes.
Either team to miss an extra point, the Brett Maher special.
I think there will be a missed extra point in this game.
Oh, yeah. That's you better bet on that then. It's 10-1. Not a bad miss.
That's a great price. Guys miss extra points all the time, and it's the Super Bowl.
I don't know about all the time, Cam.
Drew, we watch football every Sunday. There's a lot of missed extra points.
There's probably there's one per week, maybe 2.
Maybe two.
But that's with 16 games going.
It's also the Super Bowl.
So you think pressure's on? Can you imagine they lose?
Anyway, 10-1. That's worth a sprinkle.
What was that game with the Saints where it was a crazy play, the Hail Mary to tie it, and then they just needed the extra point, and it was from the old extra point spot, and Buddy missed it?
Yeah.
Do you remember that game? I don't know who they were playing, but that was brutal. Okay, last team to score, KC or Philly?
I don't think Philly. I got to go Philly.
You think Philly? Okay. I thought maybe you're going to go KC, some garbage time nonsense.
That's what I was kind of thinking that. Philly up by 10, KC garbage, lose by 3, but I'm going to stick with Philly.
Okay, 2 more. Total touchdowns, over or under 6?
Under.
So you're thinking 5? I mean, even 6 touchdowns, that's not that many points.
That's a lot of touchdowns, man.
It's not that much.
7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42. That's 6. And we both like the under. You can't take over. That's 4, actually 49. If there's no other field goals, still gets you the under.
Yeah,
7 times 7, right?
Exactly. And it could be 4 for one side and 2 for the other.
5 touchdowns.
Okay. Will this game? 2 more. Will this game go to overtime? I think we both said no, or you said possibly.
I said I think it's a good bet at what is it, 10-1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then last play of the game to be a kneel down, yes or no? Yes, it's pretty even. Yes or no?
Yes.
So you think the Eagles have it clinched?
Eagles
get the ball
score,
back.
Casey, God, that's a tough one actually. What am I kneel? Isn't it always a kneel unless they score in like the last play of the game?
I don't think it was a kneel last year, was it? I think it was like a Hail Mary from Burrow up from like the 50.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, dude, I was on Cincinnati, won by the hook, 4.5, lost by 4. Yeah, I know, it was crazy. That was a good Super Bowl for me, actually. I'm gonna go Neil. What do you like?
I like the Neil as well, but just because I don't think it's going to be as close as you think. I think the winning team will just get the ball back. Yeah, I mean, it could be a crazy Hail Mary or lateral stuff, but I just don't see that happening. I think I could see the kneel happening. I feel like a kneel happens more times than we think in most games, but I'm not sure. Anyways, your Super Bowl prop bets for your party. Hopefully we helped you out. Probably not, because we're all over the place. These questions are basically
Drew,
yes or no.
Don't we? Because for people who didn't see the other video, want to quickly go over the other props that we want, if like they just watch this one or whatever, like props that we're taking in the game. Can I rattle some off for you?
Yeah, rattle off your favorite.
That's what we're gonna do
bets
before we end it. Yeah. So jersey number of first touchdown score under 11.5. I love that. You gave me that one, Drew. That's on you. And if it wins, I'll give you the old Barry Horowitz. Mahomes first completed pass under 9.5. Love it. Hurts over 49.5 rushing yards. It's now 50.5. So yes, I like both. Devonta Smith over 62.5 receiving yards. His longest catch over 23.5. I like McKinnon in this game. A lot of people don't. Over 20.5 receiving yards. Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown plus 110. Under 10.5 accepted penalties. Those are my picks.
All right, so Cam, you're gonna have a decent amount of money on the line this Sunday, as will I. Hopefully all of our prop bets hit. Hopefully all the crazy unders we took hit as well. I mean, I'm hoping the Chiefs win. I'm hoping the Eagles win for you. So one of us will be happy after
I'm getting
Sunday.
blasted online for my takes of Super Bowl foods. Even though I have wings first, I put shrimp ring second. I didn't realize that Mayo was going to take scallops and bacon, which I really love. I didn't want to steal the pick. And I put oysters as bronze, and people are like coming at me hard. It's not like, but that's a party if like it's just you and couples, like my girlfriend and like a friend or whatever. If I go to a real Super Bowl party,
oysters should never be anywhere near a Super Bowl party. What are you talking about?
Oysters are amazing. You just put them out.
No, they're not. It's just you're just eating snot. It's the most disgusting thing in the world. Dude, you're eating someone's boogers.
Ask your girlfriend about oysters one day, Drew. Maybe you'll have another child coming in 9 months. Anyway, oysters are great.
Listen, I'm not old enough to need that aphrodisiac yet. Okay.
Right, you're still potent. Yeah, you're a young buck, Drew.
No, oysters are disgusting, Cam. Just the texture, I can't do it.
Okay, I know it's a love-hate thing. I love them. So
it's like pineapple on pizza. It's disgusting. That shouldn't be a thing.
I'll eat it, but it's not my first ingredient. All meat, obviously.
Okay, so before we get out of here, then let's do your top 3 Super Bowl snacks. You're not allowed to say oysters. You show up to a Super Bowl party. Let's say you show up with 50 people. Your boys, beers are there's all you can drink. The 3 snacks you want to see on that table. This isn't pizza, wings. This isn't food. This is snacks. What do you want to see?
Snacks, that buffalo 7-layer dip.
Ooh, I like that. With chicken or without?
With all I can put in it, yes.
Okay.
Nachos, fully loaded.
Well, that's the same thing almost, right? You're
so
dipping
you said
the chip
no
in the
pizza? No pizza, ribs, or wings?
Pizza, ribs, and wings is the food. Like, I don't count that as the snacks. I'm saying like the snack table.
I also like that dip with the brown bread and that spinach stuff in the middle.
Oh, the spinach dip. What's it called? Pumpernickel.
The pumpernickel. That stuff's money in the bank. It'll fill you up really quick, though. So
as long as it's fresh. If it's old one from the store and it's all like stale bread, it's disgusting.
I didn't ask for a medicine ball. No, it's got to be soft and dippable. But that 7-layer dip with the, the one with the sour cream and the cheddar and all that.
And the olives and cheese on top.
Yes. There you go.
Okay, so you got 7-layer dip, nachos fully loaded, and pumpernickel and spinach. Fully loaded.
But my favorite thing is wings, obviously. Wings.
Yeah. So wings for sure, number 1. If we're doing meals like hot food, it's wings, pizza.
Ribs are pretty good too. I said oysters in my other show, and I've been lamb-basted, so I can't.
What about Chinese food? We did that one year at my Super Bowl party.
I love Chinese food.
It's just not practical to order enough Chinese food for everybody. That's the issue.
Buddy, dinner for 2 costs like $80. You got 20 people coming over. You're gonna have to take out a second mortgage.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. You're like,
not cheap.
You're like, add some garlic broccoli. Yeah, you're like, add some garlic broccoli and some black pepper beef, and you're like,
dinner for 4. It was $119 or something. Like, what the hell's going on here? Like, I gotta work a show to pay for dinner, like hours.
Yeah. Okay, Cam. The only thing you're missing in your snacks, though, Doritos, chips. You didn't say chips. Chips are my number 1.
Chips. Oh yeah. Well, the chips going in that 7-layer dip.
Doritos in the 7-layer dip. That's a clutch move.
Doritos, yes. And if for regular other chip, I'd go with.
You seem like a Cheetos guy.
Ruffles sour cream and onion.
Ew, worst flavored chip in the world, Cam. Sour cream and onion. Nothing worse. Actually, no. All dressed is the dead last, and then sour cream and onion.
Funny you mentioned that. Like, those are my. I just went. I got a bag of all dressed sour cream and onion and salt and vinegar.
No, salt and vinegar is good. No, yeah.
Okay.
The goat
Drew.
is like sweet chili heat Doritos.
Oh,
and
let's just
dill pickle. Dill
here
pickle's number 2. But anyways, my favorite snack Cam, my number 1 would be M&M peanuts. I don't care where I am.
I love
a bowl of
M&Ms.
M&M peanuts. That's my go-to.
How about turtles?
Turtles, it's whatever. Like turtles are.
I love Score Bar.
Yeah, you're showing your age again. Score Bar's for old people. What are you doing?
Okay, cut his mic. I'm sick and tired of this. He doesn't like oysters. You're mocking all dressed chips.
You're gonna be going to the oyster bar, spending $95 on 6 oysters. Then
by the sounds of things, you're going to be trucking me into the senior home in a wheelchair pretty soon. The way you're talking about me, pal.
Sounds like it. Just you driving a diesel car still too there, Cam? We'll see about that.
Hey, diesel's good. Anyway,
it's fair. It's cheaper.
Good in the winter.
Yeah, it's fair. All right, Cam. Hopefully you win all your bets. Hopefully win all mine. Hopefully all
except for the game, Drew. You'd be lying. You're on the Chiefs and I'm on the Eagles. I hope you had everything but the game bet. How's that sound?
Same to you. I hope all the viewers are on my side with the game and hit all their bets as well. And if we don't, the Eagles win. That's fine. I'll be upset about it. Actually, will I be upset? I don't know. Do I want to see Mahomes win his second one? I don't
Not really.
know.
As a Bills fan, I thought you'd be on Fly Eagle Fly, but that's okay.
He's at the point where like I don't even hate him anymore just because he's so good. Like, how can you hate him? It's not like Tom Brady, where Tom Brady constantly beat the Bills and I just hated his guts. Mahomes is he's just good. Anyways, enjoy Super Bowl 57, everyone. May all the winners be yours. Once again, all these lines are powered by Sports Interaction, Canada only, 18+. Please play responsibly. And please place all your bets on that website for me and Cam. And we will see you when we see you. Might be XFL, might be March Madness, might be the Masters. We'll see when we come back from the episode. Me and Cam are going to take a little break after the football season, but we'll be back in a few weeks. We promise. We will see you then. Take care, everybody.
This has been Drew and Stu, presented by Sports Interaction, Canada's Sportsbook. Follow Drew at Producer Drew and Cam at Cam Stewart Live. May the winners be yours and all of the best bets hit.